Imagine a man born more than 500 years ago, a man who sketched helicopters before airplanes existed, a man who imagined armored tanks centuries before modern warfare, a man who studied human anatomy with such precision that doctors still admire his drawings today. He was a painter, an engineer, an inventor, a scientist, a musician, and one of the greatest minds humanity has ever produced. Many people know him as the artist behind the Mona Lisa, but painting was only one small part of his genius. His notebooks contained ideas that would not become reality for hundreds of years. In many ways, Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a man of the Renaissance. He was a man born centuries ahead of his time. This is the incredible story of Leonardo da Vinci, the inventor born 500 years too early.
Leonardo was born on April 15, 1452, near the small town of Vinci in Italy. He was the illegitimate son of Ser Piero, a wealthy lawyer, and Caterina, a peasant woman. Because he was born outside marriage, Leonardo received little formal education. But what he lacked in schooling, he made up for with endless curiosity. As a child, he spent hours observing nature. Birds fascinated him. Water fascinated him. Plants, insects, clouds, and animals fascinated him. He constantly asked questions. Why do birds fly? How does water move? How does the human body work? Questions that others ignored consumed his imagination. Years later, this endless curiosity would become his greatest strength.
At age 14, Leonardo became an apprentice to Andrea del Verrocchio in Florence. Verrocchio was one of Italy's greatest artists and craftsmen. His workshop trained painters, sculptors, engineers, and architects. Leonardo quickly stood out. His talent was extraordinary. Legend says that while working on a painting called The Baptism of Christ, Leonardo painted one of the angels so beautifully that Verrocchio supposedly vowed never to paint again. Whether the story is true or not, it reflected something everyone already knew. Leonardo possessed a rare gift. He didn't simply copy the world, he observed it. And he observed everything.
Unlike many artists, Leonardo wanted to know why things looked the way they did, how light reflected, how muscles moved, how shadows formed. He believed painting was science. To paint accurately, he needed to understand reality itself. He studied perspective, geometry, physics, optics, human emotions. Nothing escaped his attention. His notebooks became filled with thousands of observations and sketches. He rarely went anywhere without carrying paper. His mind was constantly working.
Leonardo became obsessed with one idea above all else: human flight. For centuries, people had dreamed of flying, but Leonardo wanted to understand how it could actually work. He spent countless hours studying birds. He examined the movement of wings. He recorded airflow and balance. Eventually, he designed machines resembling helicopters and gliders. One design, known today as the aerial screw, looked remarkably similar to a modern helicopter. Another resembled a hang glider. He imagined parachutes centuries before they were invented. Unfortunately, technology in the 1400s simply wasn't advanced enough. His machines remained only drawings. But hundreds of years later, engineers would discover that many of his ideas actually worked.
At age 30, Leonardo moved to Milan. He sent a letter to Duke Ludovico Sforza. Interestingly, he barely mentioned painting. Instead, he described himself as an engineer. He promised bridges, cannons, war machines, military defenses, and countless inventions. The Duke hired him. For nearly 2 decades, Leonardo worked in Milan. These became some of the most productive years of his life. He designed canals, buildings, weapons, theaters, festivals, and some of the greatest works of art in history. Around 1495, Leonardo began painting one of the most famous artworks ever created, The Last Supper. Unlike traditional paintings of the time, Leonardo captured the exact moment Jesus announced that one of his disciples would betray him. Each apostle reacted differently: shock, fear, confusion, disbelief. Leonardo transformed a simple scene into a dramatic story. People were astonished. It was unlike anything they had seen before. More than 5 centuries later, millions still admire it. But Leonardo's notebooks reveal another side of his genius. He imagined armored vehicles resembling tanks. He designed giant crossbows, machine guns, scuba diving equipment, robotic knights, self-propelled carts, bridges that could be assembled quickly, water pumps, mechanical devices, even early concepts resembling robots. His ideas often looked impossible, but many would later become reality. Leonardo wasn't just imagining the future, he was designing it. Leonardo's desire to understand life led him into dangerous territory. He secretly dissected human bodies. At the time, this was controversial. Yet Leonardo wanted to understand every muscle, tendon, and organ. Over decades, he dissected around 30 bodies. His anatomical drawings were unbelievably detailed. He studied the heart, the brain, the skeleton, the circulatory system, muscles, bones, even unborn babies. Modern doctors are still amazed by the accuracy of his work. Had his findings been published during his lifetime, medicine itself might have advanced centuries sooner. Leonardo made observations long before formal science existed. He studied gravity, geology, fossils, hydrodynamics, astronomy. He realized fossils found in mountains were evidence that oceans had once covered those areas. He understood erosion. He studied water currents. He believed nature followed mathematical laws. In many ways, Leonardo used the scientific method before it was officially developed. He relied on observation rather than tradition. This approach would later revolutionize science. Around 1503, Leonardo began painting what would become the most famous painting in the world, the Mona Lisa. Its smile became legendary. People have debated its meaning for centuries. Why does her expression seem to change? Why does she appear alive? The answer lies partly in Leonardo's mastery of a technique called sfumato. He blended colors so smoothly that no harsh lines appeared. The result created an almost lifelike illusion. Leonardo worked on the painting for years. He carried it with him until his death. Today, millions visit the Louvre Museum just to catch a glimpse of it.
Leonardo had one major flaw. He rarely finished projects. His mind constantly jumped between ideas. He became fascinated by something new before completing the previous task. Many commissions remained unfinished. Friends and patrons grew frustrated. Yet Leonardo cared more about understanding than deadlines. His notebooks reveal thousands of unfinished thoughts, questions, experiments, sketches. For Leonardo, discovery itself mattered more than completion.
By the end of his life, Leonardo had become famous throughout Europe. King Francis I of France invited him to live in France. Leonardo accepted. He brought his notebooks and several paintings, including the Mona Lisa. The king treated him with great respect. Despite declining health, Leonardo continued to think, design, and imagine. Even in old age, his curiosity never faded. On May 2, 1519, Leonardo da Vinci died at the age of 67. He left behind thousands of pages of notes and sketches, but much of his work remained unpublished. The world had no idea how extraordinary those notebooks truly were. As centuries passed, historians began studying Leonardo's writings. What they found was astonishing. Flying machines, parachutes, helicopters, robots, military vehicles, scientific observations, anatomical drawings, concepts that would not become reality for hundreds of years. Some called him a prophet, others called him the greatest genius in history. But perhaps Leonardo himself would have rejected such titles, because for him, knowledge was endless. There was always something new to learn. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't merely a painter. He was an engineer, an inventor, a scientist, an architect, a philosopher, a musician, an anatomist, a mathematician, and above all, a man driven by curiosity. He once wrote, "Learning never exhausts the mind," and perhaps that sentence explains him better than anything else. His greatest gift wasn't intelligence, it was curiosity. He refused to stop asking questions, and because of that, humanity moved forward. More than 500 years after his death, Leonardo da Vinci continues to inspire scientists, engineers, artists, and dreamers. His paintings remain masterpieces. His inventions remain astonishing. His notebooks continue to reveal ideas far ahead of their time. But perhaps his greatest lesson is this: never stop being curious, because one curious mind can change the world. Leonardo da Vinci, the inventor born 500 years too early.